Welcome to our class. Our class is Competition Math for Girls, where we'll be teaching math, specifically AMC 8, but that could also be used for other math competitions. So, introduction. Hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm a rising 8th grader at William Manning Middle School. I was in AMC 8 and 10 honor roll this year. I was an Amy qualifier this year. Last year, I taught several classes, including math, cubing, and flexibility. And my hobbies are fencing, Chinese dance, clarinet, and cubing.
Hello, I'm Jennifer. I'm a rising 10th grader at Ridge High School in Basking Ridge. And I'm a two-time Amy qualifier. I create problems for the Gauss Math Tournament, which is a contest held for kids in grades 3 to 8. And it's my first time officially teaching math. And my hobbies include playing musical instruments and ice skating, which I sometimes like to do with my brother.
Okay. So our class is a 10-week course with 1-hour classes every week. More sessions will be offered in the future. So our class is for 5th to 7th graders who have completed elementary school math. And these basic skills that we will teach are the basis for math competitions. So our class is going to be from June 13th to August 22nd from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. So we have in the summer, we're going to have office hours every week for students who have questions. We'll release more information about that later since we're still kind of busy because we still have school. So we will alternate teachers every week, and the teacher who's not teaching will be helping students during class. A packet will be posted on Google Classroom each week with the content that we'll talk about. And in that packet, there will also be questions for homework in which we'll ask you to show your work to make sure you really understand it. And then we'll also post optional AMC 8 past tests from previous years. And if you have any questions about the homework or anything you learned in class, you can come to office hours later.
Here's a quote from a female mathematician. She's really good. She actually won a gold medal at the International Mathematics Olympiad. It says, I like crossing the imaginary boundaries people set up between different fields. It's very refreshing. There are lots of tools, and you don't know which one will work. And it's about being optimistic and trying to connect things. And what it means is that math isn't really always discrete, although sometimes we look at it as that it's seeping into many other subjects like art and literature.
Yeah, so through this class, our goal is to inspire and encourage more girls to compete in math competitions.
And here's our course plan. We're starting with just arithmetic review, and then we're learning about some number theory, even odd, logic, and counting. Then we wrap up on the last 2 weeks of geometry.
Okay, so now we're going to do a few problems to show what this class is like. So, okay, so we're going to start. So I'll read the question. An amusement park has a collection of scale models with a ratio of 1 to 20 of buildings and other sites from around the country. The height of the United States Capitol is 289 feet. What is the height in feet of its duplicate to the nearest whole number? And this was from 2018 AMCA, and it was problem 1. So we can first write the ratio as a fraction. So we would write this as 1 over 20. Okay, now we know that the top over here is the 1 is the scale of the amusement of the model, so I'll put model here. And on the bottom, it's the real one. So, therefore, we can write over here of the United States Capitol, the real one is going to be 289. And we can set X as the duplicate. So now we're going to solve the ratio. So what we do is we cross multiply, which means you multiply 20 by X and you multiply 1 by 289. So by doing that, we will get 20X equals 289. Now, hold on. So now we can solve this equation. So in the AMC 8 test, you're allowed to use calculators, but I'm just going to do this using long division. So 20 goes into 28 once. So I would put that there. 89. And then 20 goes to 89 4 times with a remainder of 9. And then we would have a fraction. We're only going to put 1 point because we only have to round to a whole number. So we can bring 0 from here down here. And 20 goes into 90 4 times. So we would get, I'll write over here. It has a remainder of 10. So over here, it would be 14.4. And 14.4 rounds down to 14. So therefore, our answer is going to be A. Okay, next question. The area of polygon ABCDEF is 52, with AB that equals 8, BC equals 9, and FA equals 5. What is DE plus EF? And this is from AMC 8, 2005, problem 13. So first we should find some side lengths. So we know that ED, this is on the same side, so we would get ED, oh wait, oops. Okay, so we'll get ED equals BC minus AF. So ED, BC, because ED plus AF, they're all on one side, so they would add up to BC. So that means ED equals 9 minus 5, which equals 4. So I'm going to label it here. Okay. And then okay, so now I have one side. So now I have one side length. So now we'll find the area of AB. We'll find the area over here. If this was connected over here, it would be a square, and the dimensions would be 8 by 9. So the area would be 8 times 9, which equals 72. So A equals 72. Now, we know the area of the polygon is 52. So this tiny square over here would equal 72 minus 52, which equals 20. And then we have to find a number. Let's say EF equals X. And then the area of a square of a rectangle is length times width. So the area would be 4x equals 20. And you solve for x and you get x equals 5. So then DE plus EF would be 4 plus 5, which equals 9. Okay. Okay, now, so this is going to be the last question that I'll explain. So, Margie has bought 3 apples at a cost of 50 cents per apple. She paid with a $5 bill. How much change did Margie receive? So, the 50 cents equals 0.5 of a dollar. So 3 apples would cost 3 times 0.5, which equals 1.5. And she paid with $5. So the answer would be 5 minus 1.5. So over here, I'll have it. This will be 4, 10, and you would get 5, 3.5, and since this is money, you would have 3.50. Okay, so now Jennifer is going to explain the next few problems.
Yeah. Can I annotate? So, a haunted house has 6 windows. And how many ways can ghosts enter the house by one window and leave by a different one? So, to break this problem down, we'll consider separate cases going in and going out. And first, to go in, just considering that, to do that, there is 6 ways because there is 6 different doors that you could all choose from. And then going out, let's assume that you went in by door 1. That means that you can't go out by door 1, but you could go out by any other door, which is doors 2 through 6. And that means, given that you're go in from door 1 to go out, there's 5 ways. And that also happens for if you go in from any other door, like let's say 3, then you have to go out. You could go out from any door but 3, so that's 6 minus 1, 5 doors. So it's basically 6 times 5, because if you could only go through 1 door in. So all of those, there's no overcount. Okay. Now, Shauna takes 5 tests, and her scores on the tests are 76, 94, and 87. And what is the least score that she could earn on one of the last 2 tests in order for her to average 81 for all the 5 tests? Because we're given that the average is 81, that means that the summation of those 5 tests over 5, since we're taking 5 tests, will equal to 81. By multiplying 5 on both sides, get the summation of the tests is 405. We're also given the values of the first tests, which is and then plus, let's say the value of the last 2 tests are A and B. After doing some arithmetic, you'll get and for those things to at least equal to 148, and to find still the least value of one of those tests, that means that the other test has to be the most value that it could possibly be, which is 100. So if one is 100, that means that the other test will have to be at least 48.
Okay, so now I want to do a quick Kahoot, which is just going to be a few basic operations. So after every class, we're going to do like a quick game so that to make sure everyone understands what we learned. So I'm going to send it. Okay, so it's loading. So Please join using this code. Okay, so I would also like to mention that those questions that we just explained, those are going to be like around the same level as the questions that we'll be teaching in the class. So it's okay. It's fine if you didn't know that before. And if you knew it pretty well, then this class might be too easy for you. So I'm going to wait. How many people are here? Okay, so I'm gonna wait for another minute and then I'll start it.
How do I add the pen? Because when I join at the www.kahoot.it, it just shows just a bunch of boxes where it says make learning awesome.
There's
Ivy,
at the top says play.
I want to send a link in here because you might be using the Kahoot website, not the Play one.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Okay, so is that everyone? I'm not sure if I'll wait 30 more seconds if anyone else is going to join. Okay, I don't think anyone else is going to join, so I'm just going to start it. If you guys can still join the game, wait. So I'll start. Okay, so basically we're going to give some expressions and you just need to evaluate them. So the first question, what is 23 times 41? Also, sorry for not telling you guys this earlier, but you might need some scrap paper to do the calculations. Yeah, so the answer is 943. Okay, next. What is 721 plus 423? Also, just saying, yeah, so the answer is 1,144. So yeah, I know these questions are pretty easy, but you will have to do a lot of calculations in math competitions. So it's really good to practice these simple questions so you can improve your speed and accuracy. Okay, next question. What is 1/2 plus 2/9? Okay, so that question, some people got it wrong, so I'm just going to quickly explain it. So 1/2 plus 2/9. So first you want to find a common denominator, which would be 2 times 9, which is 18. So for 1/2, you would have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 9. So you get 9 over 18. And over here, you would multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get 18. So you would get 4 over 18. You add it, and you'll get 13 over 18. Okay, so okay. Next question, what is 5,736 divided by 24? Okay, so I see like some people like didn't have enough time to finish this question. And like this is like long division, so it's kind of hard. So I'm just gonna quickly explain it for the people who didn't get it. So you would have 5,736 divided by 24. So first you would see how much 24 goes into 57 because 5 is too small. So 24 times 2 is 48. So you would put 2 here, 48 here, and you would subtract it to get 9. And then you would bring this down, you would get 3. 24 goes in 93 3 times, which would be 3 here, 72 here, 216. And 24 goes into 216 9 times. So you would get 239 as the answer with no remainder. Okay. Next. What is 2.35 plus 8.16? Okay, so this one wasn't that bad. It's basically just adding normal numbers, except for there will be that decimal point. Next. Okay, so what is 17 squared? Okay, so this one was pretty easy. It's just 17 times 17. So basically, you'll see like it might be helpful to like memorize all squares from 1 to 30 because those numbers actually show up pretty often. It's not that hard. You'll see them like really often and you'll just start memorizing them. So that would be pretty helpful. Okay, next one. What is the square root of 324? Okay, so this question is pretty hard, but like I said before, you should memorize. It would be really helpful to memorize squares because then it would also be helpful for square roots. So this one, if you know that, you would know that 18 squared is 324. So that means the answer would be 18, not negative because it's a positive square root. So I'm just gonna because it's multiple choice, I'm gonna quickly show how you can use this. So first of all, we will look at 4. So the ending is 4. So 14 squared would be 4 times 4, which is 16. And that means 14 squared would end with a 6. So it would not be this. Next is 16 squared. You would get 16 times 16. It would end in 6 times 6, which is 36. So it would end in a 6. And it's also not a 4, so it would not be this. And you do the same with others, and you see that these two both end in a 4. So next, what you can do is you can just approximate it. So here you would have 20 squared is in between both. So 20 squared, it's pretty easy. It's just 400. But 324 is less than 400, so it has to be 18. So this mainly you'll just have to use guess and check if you didn't really memorize it. You would find a number that you know is pretty close, and you know it's a square. So yeah, you'll just have to guess and check it if you didn't memorize it, which is why it's pretty helpful to know these squares. Okay, what is 2/7 divided by 8/21? Okay, so I see this one was pretty hard. So dividing fractions, what you would do is you would take the reciprocal of the second number, which basically means the number that you have to multiply that number by to get 1. So it would basically be the number flipped. So it would be 21/8. So you would get 2/7 times, instead of divide, it would be times 21/8. And now you can either multiply the top and the bottom, which you will get 42 divided by 56. Divide both the numerator and the denominator by you would multiply the you would divide by the you would divide the numerator and denominator by 14 to get 3/4. And over here, another way you can do it is cross multiplying, which means you would try to cancel out common factors. So here would be, you would cancel this out because it is 7 and 21. 21 is a multiple of 7. So you get 1 over here and 3 up here. And over here, you can divide by 8 by 2, and you would get 4 and 1. So now you'll get 1/1 times 3/4, which just equals 3/4. So that would be the answer. Okay, next. Wait, this one's kind of hard. What is the square root of 3 times 3 square root 2 times 5 square root 6? Okay, so this question was pretty hard. So I'm just gonna explain it. So this is square root, so you might not have learned it yet. So 2 square root 3 actually equals 2 times square root 3. So you can expand all of this by writing 2 times square root 3 times 3 times square root 2 times 5 times square root 6. So what you would do is you would first combine all the whole numbers, 2 times 3 times 5, which equals 30. Then you would combine the square roots, which is square root 3 times square root 2 times square root 6. Okay, sorry. So then what you would do is you can combine all of these numbers into one radicand. So it'd be 3 times 2 times 6. And that equals, you multiply, you'll get square root 36, which equals, which equals 6, which therefore means it would be, the whole numbers is 30, and the square root is 6, so you multiply it, you would get 180. Okay, so this is going to be the last questions. So remember order of operations, because if you don't follow that, you'll probably get like a very messed up answer. Okay, so this one is, you really need to know your order of operations. So the order of operations is PEMDAS, which stands for I don't know how to spell that. Okay, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So first thing you have to do is parentheses. So this parentheses you would find so there's like 3 types of parentheses. There's these, and these. So you would solve these in order. So first you would, let me erase this. So first you would solve these parentheses. So 4 times 6. So 4 times 6 equals 24. So I want to type it this time. 60 minus 2, 24 plus 1 squared. So now you would solve the second set of parentheses over here. So you would get 60 minus 2 times 25 squared. Now you're going to do multiplication because it's still in this set of parentheses. Don't do exponents first because you can't really do it. So you get 60 minus 50 squared, and inside the parentheses it would be 10. So you get 10 squared, and that equals 100. Okay, so next. Okay, so in third, it's Yo-Yo. Second, we have Laura. And first, we have Daphne. So good job, everyone. And runners up, we have Annie and Sunny. So let me go back to the slides. So now I'm going to explain how to sign up for the class. So after today, if you're interested in the class, what you would do is this is how to sign up. So later I'll just put the link to these slides in the chat in case you want to access it. So first you would go to this website and you would scroll down to where it says register for our classes and click on that link. Select academics as the class category, then select math as the subject, then scroll down and you'll find competition math for girls. And then once you click next, there will be information for you to fill out. So over here is a QR code for the UST Open Class WeChat group chat. So let me just demonstrate how to do it real quickly. Okay, so this is the website. I'll put it in the chat right now. So what you would do is you would scroll down here, and here it says register for our classes. You would click that. And the class category is going to be math, academics. So there, next. Then the subject is math. And now you would scroll down to our class, which is competition math for girls, and you would just click this there, and then you would then click next. And here is just going to be some student information for you to fill out. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? If you do, can you please put them in the chat? Okay, so one question I think some people might have is like so basically our class is going to be about 10 people, I think. And whoever signs up, it would be first come, first serve. And only sign up for this class if you really want to do it, because so please don't sign up for this class if you know you're gonna miss class really often. And if you think this class is too easy or too hard, this class might not be right for you. So based on today, the Kahoot should have been pretty much review, and the questions we explained should pretty much basically be stuff we'll be teaching. So another thing, once everyone signs up, I will email everyone a Google Classroom code for you to join.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for coming. And if you register, just follow the instructions presented. Thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
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 Thank you for teaching me. Bye.